This is my presentation on why it is hard to maintain a high protein diet long term. My opinion piece. Today, I would like to speak about whether or not a high protein diet can be maintained over long term. Well, it is true there are many benefits that can be gained from having a high protein diet. There are many reasons as to why it is becoming increasingly difficult to maintain this type of diet over the long term, such as rising prices of groceries, dairy allergies, which hinders the amount of protein you get per day due to where you have to source your protein from, and the difficulty of maintaining discipline and motivation when it comes to using apps to track your protein and food intake. Most persons get their extra proteins from supplements such as protein, whey protein, or from consuming extra meat and dairy. But when someone has a dairy allergy or is lactose intolerant, it further limits their options of affording good protein supplements or products, which can decrease the consistency in which they maintain this type of diet over the long period of time. Depending on your body weight and type, the average person to maintain a high protein diet has to consume anywhere from 100 to 200 grams of protein per day. Realistically, is this something that can be maintained past a period of 6 months, especially with the rising prices of food? The highest sources of protein come from meat and dairy, which has seen an increase in the supermarkets since the year began. According to Edmonston 2022, paragraph 13, the latest Consumer Price Index report shows retail prices increased by 9.7% in May compared to last year. Dairy prices raised by 7.9%, and the price of meats rose by 9% and eggs 8.4%. This makes it increasingly difficult for the average consumer to be able to afford to have extra sources of protein in their diet as it needs a higher grocery budget, whether weekly or bi weekly. Yes, it can be beneficial using a food app to track your daily protein intake and even your calories, but it is easy to lose sight of the overall goal when looking at whether or not your goals have been achieved on the app for the day, especially if your meals come from outside of your kitchen where you do not have control over the types of ingredients and portion sizes used to create your meal. This can make it increasingly difficult to track your protein intake and can lead to an overwhelming feeling of failure if the goal is not met, and this can lead to other health issues such as an eating disorder if you feel you are not doing enough. In conclusion, while short term, using a high protein diet has many benefits, there are several reasons as to why you can't maintain this certain diet over a long period of time, as it is increasingly daunting and difficult to see how the average person who does not have the extra funds to allocate towards this type of diet can maintain it. Thank you for listening.